I'm Shane Farmer, this is Dark Horse Rowing, and I am also the parent of a toddler, which is why today we're covering inexpensive ways you can set up some home gym equipment, as well as easy workouts to be able to do so that as a parent you can maintain some level of fitness with all the craziness that is your life. So today I wanted to run through basically how I've set up Dark Horse HQ with some really low budget equipment. You'll find that most of the things I have in here are not gonna cost an arm and a leg, and most are used that I found on either Craigslist or Facebook, or I built myself, or Amazon. And then also how, as a parent, I like to find little ways of trying to stay fit throughout the day, because it's not always possible to get in a full hour-long workout, especially if you're staying home with your kids or on weekends. It's very hard. So I just want to cover some of the things that I do that I feel help me stay a little bit more fit with a family, especially a young family, and how that might be able to translate into your life. So as I'm going through the video, if there's anything that's actually purchasable that I've bought, I'll go ahead and link to it in the description. But otherwise, most of the things that I have are just gonna require some ingenuity and a little bit of craftiness. Searching Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, asking friends, or being able to build it is probably gonna go a long way towards most of this equipment. First things first, I'm well aware of the space constraints that I have here in my garage, and I would encourage you to spend some time thinking about your constraints as well. Not only do I have the gym that you're seeing and that you guys always see on camera, but I also have my laundry room and a workbench and work area because I love woodworking. It's a big hobby of mine on the side. So I worked with those confines, making sure that I didn't overbuild to start. A big thing I learned in my last garage was not to overbuild too soon. I ran into that problem because I got really excited. I enjoy woodworking, I enjoy creating things. So I just built a ton of storage everywhere, and I overbuilt. And what it caused was that I never wanted, nor did my wife or my kid, ever want to be out in the garage because it felt cramped and there was always crap in the way. So keep that in mind, because if you are smart about it, you'll set up a space that you and your family want to be in, and that works with the equipment that you can fit and that works well in your space, as opposed to just trying to jam pack things in which case you tend to avoid it because it's so hard to access. So here, I've taken my time. I was very patient, and I haven't been overly aggressive in building things. In fact, just today, in between shots, I went and picked up that big box, because I needed a big box to store foam rollers and bands and whatnot. And frankly, I've been looking for a big old trunk for forever, and this was the perfect solution. So we've been here for 4 months, and in my mind for 2 months, I've been wanting a trunk, but I was patient enough to decide whether or not it was the right solution for the garage. My first suggestion for inexpensive, family-friendly parenting workout equipment: exercise bands. This pack right here with a couple other accessories costs $38 on Amazon. That's a great start. Next, they're colorful. Kids love that. They also can't break, and they're also not gonna hurt anything. Also another plus. The other piece is they're just versatile. You can use them for anything: squats, push-ups, restriction, stretching. Whatever needs you have, there's a good chance you can find a way to use bands to supplement what otherwise would be expensive, heavy weight. My family and I lived in Europe for 3 months this past summer. I worked out almost exclusively for 3 months using this in place of strength training, and I was totally happy with it. I interspersed it with some running and aerobic work, but these were fantastic. So as far as equipment need, number one, this one's great. 38 bucks, you really can't go wrong. Suggestion number two, kettlebells. I am a huge fan of kettlebells, also because they're incredibly versatile. We're starting to get into weight, however, so cost is going to naturally go up a little bit. But all of the kettlebells that you see here, I picked up on either Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, and I haggled like crazy for them. I am a relatively frugal guy when it comes to picking up fitness equipment. In my opinion, weight is weight, whether it's new or used. You're getting the same thing. You still can move the weight. So I just waited until I found the right weight or the right kettlebell at the right price. I jumped on it, and then I usually bartered a little bit, and I got a great price on all of these. I highly recommend having kettlebells, because with a single kettlebell, you can get in a full body workout in 20 minutes or less, which as a parent, you know, is really important. Getting workouts in quickly, that's the name of the game. Can you get it done before your kid finds you and wants to play with you? Nothing wrong with that, but it means that workouts can get a little tough. Next up, sandbags. Those of you that watch know that I'm a big proponent of sandbags. because you can make inexpensive weight, and because you can drop it, throw it around, it doesn't damage things, and it also forces your body to work and move in ways that are more natural and prone to real life. So, those of you that have followed the channel before know that I'm a big fan of the EmPack because A, you can travel with it. It's a backpack that has empty bladders inside. Right now I've got this filled with water up to 60 pounds. You can also fill the bladders with sand if you like, and if you want it to be more permanent. And for that purpose, it means you can create a sandbag and travel at the same time. You can stuff your laptop, your clothes inside this, wear it as a backpack, and then when you get to destination, you've got a sandbag with you. So, you can use this for squats. You can use it for pressing. You can use it for carries. You can throw it on your back and run with it. I tend to do that one a lot. But the upside to sandbags are they're fun to play with. You can drop them on the ground. They don't damage anything, which means that kids can hang around with them. They can try to pull them and move them. But guess what? They're probably not going to be able to. And you can just constantly adjust the weight. Now you can go as far as you want on the spectrum for price here. Some people will just pick up literal sandbags from Home Depot. I'm not a huge fan of those because they often leak. They're constantly draining sand. And so if you're throwing them, you can get sand in your eyes. Not a fun experience. You go the EmPack route, which has a cap. You can only get up to 60 pounds, say, in a bag. Or you can go full canvas, meant to be a strength bag, which can get fairly expensive. But it's totally up to you what range you want to use, but sand or water are great implements to create strength and fitness in a pinch. Lacrosse balls. These things are about as versatile as they come, and you can get them in any shape, size, color, whatever you want really. These things are pretty inexpensive. On Amazon you can get a 2-pack of basic lacrosse balls for I think $8. Or you can get as fancy as you want. If you wanted to use one of these for mobility purposes or response work where you're bouncing it on the ground and having to respond to the ball and what it's doing. I think lacrosse balls are a fantastic tool. Kids love them because they're balls. You can throw them. How easy is that? But on top of that, you can use them for mobility purposes, and you can use them for a lot of coordination, hand-eye purposes. You can use them for response time. I am just a huge fan of work that can get done with these things, and I think a lot of people avoid them because they think they're so simple that they can't possibly be useful, but often the most simple tool is the most useful one. From this point on, the equipment is going to get larger in size, not necessarily larger in cost, but if space is a concern for you, then please go ahead and skip forward to when I get to talking about how to maintain your fitness with a family, and how to get in short workouts or include your family in your workouts. Just levels of ways that you can maintain fitness while being a family person. Now this is my new favorite family-friendly piece of workout equipment. It's a giant 300-pound tire and a sledgehammer. Total cost, $95 between the two. $60 for the tire and about $30 for the sledgehammer. Now, these tires can often be free, especially if you're in a rural area and there are places that work on large trucks or tractors. They have to pay to dispose of them. And if you have a trailer or a truck large enough to go pick them up, guess what? Drive by, they will be happy that you are taking the tire off their hands. But if you're like me and you don't have a truck or a trailer that is large enough to handle it, I have an SUV, but there's no way that this is gonna fit in that SUV, nor do I wanna figure out how to load 300 pounds in one swoop into the back of an SUV. You get creative. I found a guy on Craigslist who was willing to deliver them $60 out the door, delivery included, dropped it off in my driveway. That's a happy day for me. Run over to Home Depot, got a 10-pound sledgehammer, pick out whatever weight you want. These things are amazing. You can flip them, you can slam them with a sledgehammer, you can push them, you can pull them, you can jump on them like a box. Kids can drape all over this thing, it's not gonna harm it, and for the most part, it's just a wonderful, versatile piece of equipment, but you do need the space to be able to handle it. Finally is the box. Now, of course, I'm a little proud of this. I built it the other week. I talked about it in a previous video, but I wanted to bring it up again because it truly is a very economical piece of equipment. For about $25, I picked up this sheet of plywood. I had Home Depot make all of the cuts for me before I even left. Meaning that with the stack of wood here, I could have fit it into the back of a 2-door sports coupe if I wanted to. And after that, it was just screwing it together, and the only thing I really had to do, which is a bit out of the ordinary, is use a jigsaw to cut out the holes. Other than that, it was a lot of screwing and sanding, but really, at the end of the day, it was 3 hours and about $25 of my time. My kid can crawl on this, I can flip it, I can jump on it, I can lay on it as a bench. You can do whatever you need with this thing. It could just become a glorified seat in your garage. But guess what? It only cost you 20 bucks and a few hours of labor. So in my book, this is a great, great acquisition for your potential family gym. Remember, you don't need all of this equipment. And the things that you should be thinking about first and foremost, the space you have, your budget, your experience level, and start small. Pick up one thing, work out with it for a while, and figure out what you feel like should be joining your arsenal of tools. And just build slowly, build economically, and you'll get to a point where it all works together with a nice homeostasis. But what about getting into fitness? Because really, that's a big part of the discussion. When do I actually have time to work out? I have a toddler, I have a 5-year-old, I have a 10-year-old. When am I ever going to get my workouts in because I'm constantly running around? Well, I have a few tactics that are useful ways of sliding in just a little bit of fitness when you can, where you can, that help to A, invite fitness into your life, and B, introduce your family to it and introducing fitness to your kids so that it becomes a bit of a family habit, if you will. The first is called greasing the groove. This is a tactic that I've used for a long time that helps with movements that may challenge you. That's where it originally came from, but transfers really well into parenting. The idea of greasing the groove is that you pick an activity that you do infrequently throughout the day. Putting on your shoes, walking through the front door, opening the refrigerator, and you assign a particular movement and rep scheme to that singular action. Let's say it's walking through the front door. Maybe now, every time that I open the front door, I have to do 20 air squats. That way, every time I'm going in and out of the door, I'm doing 20 air squats and getting a little bit of movement in. Maybe every time I put on my shoes, I have to do a max set of push-ups. You just choose one thing, one action, and one movement, tie them together, and whenever you do the action, you do the movement. We call that greasing the groove, and it's a way of just inserting a little bit of fitness into your life on a regular basis that isn't tied to some bigger workout. And you may not in your mind have ever thought, well, I consider that a workout, but it is. You're getting fitness in, you're being physically active. And in fact, I may argue that you are being more active the way the human body was meant to be active by just dropping into a set of push-ups in the middle of nowhere or doing some air squats just because you walked through the front door. I would argue that that may even be more human than going to the gym itself. Next is setting up partner workouts in a style I call I go, you go. This is best done when you have a significant other that you want to involve in the workout as well. The beauty of this format is that it allows you to both work out while simultaneously attending to your child. Very important. So the way this works is that you pick some number of movements and a rep scheme. Let's say that it is 10 reps of air squats, push-ups, and sit-ups, okay? Then you choose your time frame. Choose something that is not going to go so long that your kid begins to get restless and wants to go do something else. That way you can make sure that you complete it in the time. So let's say 20 minutes in this instance. I would complete 10 sets of push-ups, air squats, and sit-ups while my partner watches our child, and then we swap. Our goal is to get as many rounds as possible in 20 minutes while one of us is constantly playing with our child and the other one is getting in the movement scheme. All the better if your kid wants to get involved with the one working out. That just adds some weight to the picture. And that brings me to my next suggestion, which is use your child as weight. Kids love to be involved in what you're doing. And if you need weight, you want your kid involved, you want to teach them about fitness, this is a great way to do it. Throw them over your shoulder, do squats with them, run with them, press them overhead, toss them in the air. That's all weightlifting. Guys, that's dynamic weightlifting. So many people are like, well, if I'm playing with my kid, it's not working out. That's a load of crap. You're doing something fit and active. That's the purpose of fitness, is to be able to do those things. So if you're accomplishing that, if you're killing two birds with one stone by throwing a kid in the air, you're both getting fit and having fun with your child. There's nothing to lose in that situation. And finally, depending on your kid's age or enthusiasm, involve them in your workouts. There's nothing better than parent-led fitness. Show your kids that fitness is not a chore to go and do, but simply a part of everyday life. That you can walk out into the garage, do 100 air squats, and that maybe that's your workout for the day. Or you grab your kid, throw him over your shoulder and run up a hill. Guess what? Your kid's forming a memory of you being outside playing with them. And that goes so much further than you being just sedentary, staying inside and worrying about only being able to get your fitness in at a gym. Sometimes a garage gym, a family gym, a home gym, even just bands in the closet can be far more effective towards making fitness a family matter and making a part of your kid's life, which in my opinion, if you're doing that, A, you're a dark horse, and B, you're my hero, because we need more of you out there who are introducing your kids to fitness in a healthy, easily accessible, and non-stressful way. Now normally I have this big canned send-off asking you to subscribe, but today I want to end this video with a question. What did you learn from today's video? What are you going to implement about what we talked about and create action tomorrow that's going to make your life better? How do you be a dark horse? What you leave in the comments below is going to inspire others. It's going to show others ideas that they may not have thought of that I didn't talk about. And it's going to commit you to taking solid action in your own life. And that's what this is about. Being a dark horse in your own life because I love you and because everybody here supports you as well. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you on the other side. Hey, thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed this and you're looking for more and you want workouts, continuous coaching from me and my other coaches in our private Facebook community, it's our monthly workout program. It's $39 a month. Just go over to darkhorserowing.com/athlete to sign up now.